Welcome to today's Achieve Mastermind Elevate Your Business call. And today we're going to dive in a little bit just as a reminder of what it takes to create six figures, multiple six figures and beyond using high value offers. I want to dive into just a short plan that I just did this morning with one of my clients who's a six-figure, multiple six-figure earner. She's six figures. She's working toward multiple six figures. That's what I mean by that. And I wanted to remind her how simple it is. And I want to show you, sometimes you're hard on yourself because you may feel as a high achiever, leader, high performer type that you should be further along. And I always say, let's, make sure that you combine the vision with the strategy. So don't get too bogged down always in the numbers, and don't get too bogged down in the imagination, dream. We need both. We need the imagination, dream, the vision, the embodiment piece of who you are showing up and where you're headed so that people can feel you, want to purchase from you as a leader. And at the same time, we need to get really grounded in the numbers. So I'm going to tap into both today, just as a reminder, and then we'll bring you out for specific questions so that you can make more progress between now and next week. Okay. So I want to just show you briefly. This training there's lots of this. It's already in the resource center. I just want to remind you so that I want you to feel into this slide and be like, okay, what is the area that I could use some support? What if I were just go back and watch that, say, half-hour video? All of these videos are about a half hour, except handling objections. Oops. Why? Handling objections is where your money is, and it's the hardest part. I teach handling objections from a standpoint of empowering people to choose for themselves. It's not about pushing people or like even selling your thing. It's about letting people have the opportunity to see another option, and then they can choose or, to step in or not. But if we just stay at a no, we're really not empowering them. We're staying stuck in our own ego story about they don't want our thing. It's not about us. What if you could be a bigger transformational leader by diving in? There's actually about an hour and a half on handling objections. It's the only one that's longer. There's one that's an hour, and then there's a half hour after that. It's the only one that's that long. And it was fascinating to me, I'll be honest, as a teacher, as a leader, to go through this with you and to see that. And I understand why. And I just want to be back at this, like, be gentle on yourself. If you're not doing some of this, just get better at it. And then you'll be better at, making money and having fun and all of that. But it may just be because you're not practiced enough or you're not aware enough of your numbers or something. And so I'm going to talk about numbers in a little bit, but I want you to look at this. Like, do you need to be all in? Or are you kind of waffling? I have a colleague here in town. I saw her out on a walk. We were talking, and she said to me something of like this. And there was another woman there too. She said, I might get a job if they had like really good benefits and I could do the same work and everything. And I was like, what? I ain't answering to no one. All right. I got a vision and nobody else is going to bring it forward besides me. If they would, they already would have. It's my job to bring that forward. Now, I'm not dissing anybody who wants a job. I have helped lots of people actually get jobs. I'm like, I don't know if entrepreneurship or maybe part-time is for you. But I want you to feel that for yourself. Are you on the waffle train or are you on the all-in train? There's no judgment here. I just want you to know that might be the thing getting in the way of you not getting like clients and stuff. It just might be your energy of not being all in. People will know, even if they don't know, that you're wafflersons. Okay. If you're not living what you talk, if I wasn't creating wealth and staying healthy, you would know it. You would see it. You would feel it. Right. So it's my job to embody that. That's what's cool about teaching what I teach, is because it's my job to be it, or I'm out of integrity, and I'm all about integrity. So feel into this reliable sales system. Do you need help with sales? I have a free sales training. There's also one in Achieve. They're everywhere. You just need to learn it, stick to it, get better and master it. Handling objections is just a way to really empower people to step forward in their life, whether it's with you, without you, or with somebody else. Future casting is a way to become the future visionary holder for them so that they can feel the value of what you're offering. If you're not future casting in your sales calls, they can't feel the value of what you're offering. Work on that, watch the video, reach out, get help, whatever. But huge. It's like in the sales conversation, once you learn how to handle objections, the future casting is the next biggest piece. Follow up, 7 to 12 touches, usually before you have a sale. Serve people before you serve your bank account, and your bank account will grow. It's about as simple as I've ever said it. Referrals, people in Achieve will refer you, people else will refer you. You're probably just not asking. Ask more, receive more, ask more, receive more, ask more, receive more. Just be brave and non-attached to the outcome. Testimony is helpful. People love to share how they have been helped by you. So just ask, okay? So this is the pieces and parts. All this training is in the Achieve Resource Center. This is how I have created a lot in my life, is by learning this. I did not go into business thinking I needed to learn sales, teaching sales, none of it, okay? But it's how I've helped a lot of people. So I learned it, I've mastered it, I've taught it, I love it. I cry over it sometimes because I know what's possible on the other side. And when you sell is when actually the big transformation happens. We're like, whoa, I'm doing a program. Whoa, I'm getting some big transformation. It's the point, it's the most important, and they step into your energy and your support and all that. It's the most important part of the entire relationship. It's the boom when they take off. So I highly recommend mastering this, and that's why we're here. Now, if you don't have a clear offer together, make sure you have that together, before you go selling, because people need to feel your solidity with your vision. You may have multiple offers, one offer, it depends on what you're selling right then. I also want to show you, this is really cool. I would highly recommend to say screen capture this. When you get all in the how do I do this? How do I do that? I'm going to just show you a simple plan. You actually, once you have a vision and some strategy stuff is down here, I'm going to show you, you just need to get into action. Most of us are just not taking enough action, making enough offers, talking to enough people, doing enough things to reach eyeballs. Future casting, Jackie asked, does future casting, quick question, mean painting the big picture of your product or service? What I would say is, I could go deeper on it. If you could send me a private message, I'll even send you a training I've done outside of Achieve. I'll send you something. I'll find it if that's part of my mastermind that I've done before. It's asking, actually, I know what I'll send you. I have a workbook, has future casting questions, a whole page of them. Anybody wants it, doesn't have it yet, message me, on Facebook or wherever, and I will send it to you. Ask questions about this. What's it going to feel like when they get where they want to go? So say they want to, a lot of my clients want a travel lifestyle or they want a new home. Something about traveling, want a new home. My clients are usually virtual entrepreneurs, and a lot of them are moms, business moms, business women, and they like to travel and be pretty flexible and mobile and have control of their schedule and time, and all that. And so I go deeper and I say, well, what do you want to do with your travels? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Well, there's like 5 places. They'll list like 2. I'm like, well, where else? What do you want to do with those places? Oh, you want to, they're like, one of my clients, she's like, I just want to sit on the beach and do nothing and drink Mai Tais all day. Right. I'm like, cool. Because she never, like, that's not at all her lifestyle. I don't know if she gets a Mai Tai ever in like the last decade. So there's a vision. I said, well, when you're on the beach, what are you going to be wearing? Well, where are you going to shop before the trip? Like, it gets them to the place. I have helped people lose weight this way. For example, I have a client who lost 35 pounds before she went to Hawaii because she started envisioning herself there, walking and hiking and everything. We got her there, feeling it. And she was able to lose the weight she'd been having struggle with for 2 years losing. Because the feeling of the vision was strong enough to pull her forward. Losing weight was not. So it's future casting visions. What would it be like? Imagine if this, what does that feel like? Like for me, if you know me well, I use this story a lot as boat. I want to live somewhere and have a boat and go boating and stuff. I love the boat. So you would take me to the point, well, what kind of boat? What's it going to feel like? What are you going to do on the boat? And I tell you about the music and the snacks and the water on my face and the sunshine and maybe a hat, right? So you're going to, those are future casting. Can anybody feel me on the boat right now? Sparkle fingers. Anybody want to come to my boat when I have it? Party on the boat. Woo-hoo. That's what I'm talking about. Can you see how somebody would feel the value of working with me if I say, hey, I can help you get your boat. I can help you make 6 figures. Yeah, I can help you make a lot of money, multiple 6 figures. But what's important is the boat to you. It's not the money, or else you would have already had it. Is this resonating with anybody? It's huge as a leader if you can take people here. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop until you feel the vision and can hold it for them, and they can feel the value of what you have. So we'll talk about the numbers now. The numbers are, I would say we'll just use a simple example. If you had a $10,000 package, you want to make $100,000 and you have 10% conversion rate, 1 out of every 10 people sign up. You want 10 clients. You need to make an offer to 100 people. And in order to make an offer to 100 people, you need 1,000 people to see your offer. See your offer just could mean, hey, let's talk, like connect. How are you doing? Like a conversation. Doesn't have to mean buy my thing. Offer could be a lot of things. We could talk about that another time. A call to action, having them take action on something. But what I would offer is this, no pun intended. A lot of people are being hard on themselves because they're not making the money. It might just be because they're not making enough offers or enough people aren't seeing them. Can you feel this at all with yourself? Like you're like, I could make money if more people just saw me. Okay, well, let's talk about it briefly. I know I said I'd come out with questions. I might not have as much time as I thought. Is that okay with everybody? I think this is going to be helpful for everybody. Now, I love you. Be nice to you. Before I go into this strategy, be gentle with yourself. Like once you know if you don't know your numbers fully yet, be gentle. Figure out your numbers, map it out. We'll help you. And be gentle on yourself. The more gentle you are on yourself, the more people will step in with you. It'll be easier to step in with. So when you get more eyeballs on you, be gentle on yourself. So where are the eyeballs? I'm going to talk about a couple ways to get more eyeballs on you today. We're going to talk about marketing. I know we're talking about sales and high-end offers a lot. I want to talk about a little marketing today. We can go deeper on any of these at any point you guys want to. But I want to talk about marketing today because I'm seeing this a lot with my clients, and I'm like, I feel it'll be valuable for you too. Where are the eyeballs? I like to say eyeballs because it throws you off. If I just said people or clients, it's like, yeah. We want eyeballs on your stuff. We want people eyeballs on your face. You like that? How many eyeballs are on your face right now? Probably not enough. So we're going to talk about how. How many people in each marketing location? These marketing locations are just where the eyeballs are. And then we're going to think, I want you to, this next week, if anybody wants to do this homework, I highly recommend it. I'm going to deep dive on this. Who do you know who can help you be seen? Don't try to build it all by yourself, friends. Who do you know within Achieve? Who do you know beyond Achieve? Who could share you with their people, right? Whether it be on their stage, on their social media, on their email list, any of that. Ask and you shall receive. If you ask enough people, a lot of people will say yes. They'd love to. They love you. They love your stuff. You'd be surprised how many people would love to help you. Sparkle fingers, is that helpful? I'll show you how more in a second. I'm highly recommending this because if you're not reaching numbers and you just got a small audience, you gotta be seen somewhere. Don't beat a dead horse. Keep committed to your people and then grow. Get more people. Okay? And your old people and your new people will come together and they'll love each other. So you might have social media. So this is something I did with my client earlier because this is what she has. You might have other stuff. So think about your other stuff, what you have, and then somebody else is going to have something similar and you can get in front of, and you can even trade opportunities. So Facebook group, Facebook personal, Facebook business. You have them, other people have them. What if you interviewed people and they interviewed you? It's super simple. That's great. And Leslie said, I'm loving this practice. I do XYZ. Could you benefit from what I offer? Do you know someone who could benefit from what I offer? Straightforward, right? I just talked to somebody today who did the Dean Jackson 9-word email we talked about last time. He's had about about 3 phone calls from sending some of those messages out. So that's great. 3 calls on the calendar from sending a few messages out. So it's often we just have to ask more. Dean Jackson, what do you know? That's a reminder from last week. So ask yourself who, I'm going to show you how if you guys want in a second, but who do I know who already has people who I could bring on my thing and they could bring me on their thing? Maybe maybe you do an all-day conference, maybe you just do a 1-person interview, maybe you get some interviews together. There's all sorts of ways to do it. That's a different conversation. But you getting in front of other people will help you sell more too, because they affirm you. They're like, this person's awesome. They already trust that. So you're in a little bit quicker when somebody else affirms that you're awesome. Just making sense? It's actually easier to sell on the back end if you have other people talking about how awesome you are. That's why testimony and stuff like that works too. And your clients, maybe they have people they could share your stuff with, right? You might have an email list, or maybe somebody else does. You want to interview them, and then they can share the interview with their email list. It's a very strong way. I could keep going, but virtual events, live events, Instagram, you want to start thinking about people that are similar energy to you, that have audiences that you could start interacting with. Right? I saw Achieve as helper people. I love the helper types because helper types don't like to make money, and I love helper types making money. So I'm like, I'm gonna help helper types make money. Helper types also often don't take care of themselves. I'm like, I'm gonna help helper types take care of themselves. Right? So what did I do? I started showing up at Achieve stuff. I started inviting in Achieve people to talk on my stuff. Right? Started doing all this stuff, really interacting with these people. And I have for years now. It's been great relationship. And now I'm leading here every week. You see that? So you start to see, don't play small, go big. Go big, go bigger than you are even. Create colleagues outside of your realm, beyond you. Now, is this helpful? I can take you one more step of, is anybody wondering, how do I find these people? I don't know where all these people are. Do you already know people who have audiences? Does anybody want ideas on how to find people who have audiences? I could show you a way since we have time, or I could take questions. What do you want? How to find bigger audiences? Okay. I'm going to show you an example. Now, your willingness is the only thing that's going to get in your way of doing this or not. You're going to be scared, potentially, this is a possibility. You may be scared to actually reach out and talk to people because you're like scared of what they think of you. You might think your stuff's not like professional enough, or like they're too big of a deal, or I don't know what your story is, but there's some story of why you shouldn't do what I'm about to show you to do. So just notice it. And if it's getting in the way you're making money, try it out. See what happens. It can't hurt you to have higher level colleagues, right? It can't hurt to talk to somebody that's doing cool stuff in the world. So I'm going to say do it even if you feel a little bit shaky and scared. Okay, so if you have any sort of platform at all, where you can send an email, an Instagram, Facebook, anything, podcast, anything, consider reaching out to people and start interviewing them and making connections that way. And then they can share it with their audience, and those people come to you. It's a huge way to grow fast without having to do it all yourself or pay for ads or anything like that. So what do you do? Go to Amazon. And I'm going to say energy work, author, energy work, book, women. Let's say that because Leslie, you work in the energy realm. So you could, you want to look for books that are say around like 1 to 600 reviews. So let's just look at this person, see what happens. It might not be the right person. Let's see what happens though. 128. So shadow work, that's kind of a cool topic, right? For energy study. Leslie, would you interview somebody maybe about shadow work? Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, I thought so. So Kayla Shaheen here. So we're going to go Kayla Shaheen. We're going to copy her and then we're going to look her up. We're going to find her. Okay. We're going to say LinkedIn. Okay, here she is. New York City. Okay, so this doesn't look like it's the same person. A financial person and a shadow work person is not the same. Okay. It's not the right fit. Let's go back and we'll do one more. I want to show you guys this. So there's an actual success story. I did one earlier. Awaken. Let's look at this person. She may or may not be bigger than you want because without, you know, this number, but that still might work. So let's look at Dr. Dara Goldberg. Okay. That one's not going to work either. Sorry, friends. So what I'm doing, I'll just tell you what I'm doing and I'll find somebody. I'm finding somebody you could interview. Is this making sense? So what you want to do is you want to go beyond where you already are and find people who are doing cool stuff and interview and bring them into your community. And then you connect with their community and be brave. Invite cool people on. You may not get somebody huge, but you'd be surprised how many people would love for you to interview them and they share it with their community. Hey, I got interviewed at this thing. And you can create an event. Maybe it's a virtual roundtable. Maybe it's just you interview 10 people and you air it in one day or over 3 days. There's lots of ways strategically to do it. But what you want to do is go beyond your network to sell more, to find more people. If you've already like kind of feel, once you're at the point you're selling to your own people and then you want to grow your people to sell more, go to other people's audiences. Okay, what's coming up is we have 2 minutes before we wrap up. What's coming up here? Who wants to share?
And just for me, just like is a reminder to use LinkedIn, particularly from the business to business connections. You know, whether you're asking them to interview or, you know, how you can support, you know, whatever they're doing. So it's just sort of like, you know, if email doesn't feel right, but you want a different messaging, like that's the purpose of LinkedIn. So this was just like hey, go through your contacts here, you know, to offer, you know, whatever it is. So
yeah, and people, if you go in here and go see energy work, author, speaker, find somebody who's connected, like this person is second speaker, you know, like say, hey, I see you're a speaker and we're connected to Laura Pensatencio. Our birthdays are the same day, which is true. I'm having an event on success coming up. Would you be interested in speaking and sharing it with your audience? And then you grow your audience because she shares it with her people. Those people sign up for your event and they join your email list. They join your event. They see your thing. whatever it is. Cool. So we covered a lot. I know this was more of a training than a Q&A. What I would suggest between now and next time is to, feel into, which part of the sales process you might want to, dive into a little bit more, refine, and then your numbers. Make sure you know your numbers when you're going out there so you feel confident and you're not hard on yourself. All right, friends.
Thank
All
you.
right, Jackie, it's good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Covered a lot today, and we hope to see you soon. And everybody
See you
else, I will
soon.
see you next week.
All
Keep
right.
rocking.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye, friends.